Well, I know you've been sitting for a long time. I hope you're riveted by this play. First of all, we know Miss Lingle is magic with the piano, and she helped me with the songs. Mrs. Nowbone turned into a one-woman stage crew, which doesn't surprise anybody in this school. And I did lose sleep over my colossal misuse of the schedule yesterday coming in to Mr. Matheson, so I apologize for the 20th time for that. This group of ESL children started out at 17. In the beginning of the year, they said they wanted to do a play, which is kind of interesting because only 5 of them could speak English. We lost a few people along the way. We had to rewrite the play, and we just started practicing 3 weeks ago. The children are in 7 different classrooms, so they never see each other really. They come to me in groups of 3 and 4. So only this past week did they practice all together twice. You get what I'm saying, right? Well, anyway, I think it's interesting that of all these 12 children who are in the play, they could do the play in another language. I could not. And guess how many languages they could speak? Each one of them speaks English really well now. But there are 7 other languages in this group of 12 children. It's really something, isn't it? So we're going to do this play a little bit differently. They're going to stay here with me. Come closer. And although I'm the one losing sleep, I get my courage from them. I mean that sincerely. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, The Bear Prince, a Mexican fairy tale. Once upon a time, there was a very poor woodcutter who had 3 beautiful daughters. Karina, the eldest, Sophia, and Nina. He loved them all equally, and they were equally beautiful and smart. In fact, they were all bilingual. But the youngest daughter had a special love for her dear father. One day the woodcutter went, as usual, into the forest to chop wood. He waved goodbye to his daughters and hoped he would be able to sell it in the market for food. He came to the tree and he said,
"I'm sorry, old tree, but you're what I need so I can buy food my daughters to feed."
He raised his axe, and just that moment, a ferocious bear jumped out, grabbed the axe, and threw it down. And he said in an angry voice, right by the microphone, Who gave
you permission to cut down my tree? Who said you can do whatever you please? You've stolen from me and given no pay. So pay with your life. I'll eat you today."
"Oh, please not hurt me, Mr. Bear. I have daughters so beautiful and fair."
Oh, the bear became thoughtful. Did he just hear the words beautiful and fair?
I won't take your life, but you must give one daughter to be my new wife.
Woodcutter. Oh, he was astonished. Poor woodcutter. He didn't know what to do. He had 2 terrible choices. One was bad and one was worse. Should he ask one of his daughters? Move up. Should he ask one of his daughters to marry a bear? How can I choose just what is right to do? How can I face a cruel bear? What shall I tell my daughters safe at home? How will they know that I care?
Bad choice, worst choice. Oh, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me.
He was so terrified, he agreed to the bear's proposal, picked up his axe, and went home with a very heavy heart. His beautiful daughters came running to greet him, but at once they knew something was wrong.
"Oh, Father, please tell us what happened to you. Are you sick? Are you hurt? Oh, what can we do
sadly, the woodcutter stepped up, that's it, and told them the terrible story. Should he lose his life or should he lose a daughter? One of them would have to marry a bear. So he said, "Karina?" And she stepped up to the microphone and she said,
"No way, not me, no how, I refuse. How can you tell me this terrible news?"
"Oh well, 2 more daughters. Sophia, would you marry a bear?"
A bear, a husband so hairy, oh father, a bear, obvious Mary.
"Oh no. Nina?"
Stop your shouting, my sisters. I have love before pride. To save our dear Papa, I will be the bear's bride.
Oh my goodness. That day, the sisters became bridesmaids, and the father, who luckily was a minister, took his daughter into the forest. And off they went. Wow. When he saw the beautiful daughter that had agreed to marry him, the bear was more than satisfied. They were married that very day by the convenience of his father being a minister. And then they sadly waved goodbye forever and went back home. That's not the end of the story. That night, back in the cave, Mateus, something amazing happened.
Bear so hairy, bear so alarming, changed back into a prince, handsome and charming.
Change into a prince, handsome and charming? Oh my goodness. In an instant, what did she see before her? Impatiently, but oh my goodness, maybe things weren't as bad as they seemed. Nina seemed to like this.
I am not a bear, but a prince. A wicked witch did this to me. She wanted to marry, but I said no way. As anger, she made me a bear each day. But at night, I am safe as a prince, as you see. I will love you and protect you. But you must promise me you will never tell anyone what happens each day. But if you do, she will take me far, far away.
I promise you.
Promise. Oh, Prince, you have my...
Oh, Prince, you have my word. I would never ever tell that each day you are enchanted under the evil witch's spell. Wait a minute. I guess if he's a prince, that makes me a real princess.
Oh, you're right. And the prince had a surprise for her, too, because she was no longer a woodcutter's daughter. What could it be? Off she went. Yes, we... Now, do you get what happened, audience? They did fall in love, and it was easy for him to give her nice things. But don't forget, each day the spell came back, and the prince faced the rising sun, and he sadly said, "Prince."
Prince so handsome, prince so charming, changing back to a bear, hairy and alarming.
Oh no, there it was. And then, every night,
bear so hairy, bear so alarming, changing back to a prince, handsome and charming.
How about it, audience? Do you think we can do it? Let's see if it works. Okay, ready? Prince so handsome, prince so charming, change into a bear, hairy and alarming. Oh no, just like that. I wonder what that felt like. Whoa. But then, don't worry, just when the sun went down, he faced the sun and he said, "Bear so hairy, bear so alarming, change into a prince, handsome and charming." And there he was. Oh my goodness. She really is a princess.
Thank you, my prince, for the beautiful clothes. Dress. I'm glad we had married. I'm glad we said yes.
Days followed days, and life, though pleasant, was hard for Nina, who missed her father and her sisters. Finally, she got the courage to tell her husband she needed to visit her family.
Dear husband, I must go see my family at last. I will be back here before much time has passed.
I cannot let you go, my dear. You know that very well. We have to keep my secret. I'm afraid that you may tell.
I promise, you know me so well. Your secret is safe. I'll never ever tell.
She couldn't tell the secret. The witch would take him away. The prince believed Nina and waved goodbye, and the next day she went back to see her sisters. At first, they were so happy to see her. Oh, but then they noticed those clothes. I think they were really jealous.
The wife of a bear, the wife of a bear. She has fur instead of hair. Does she give you all you wish? Does he give you smelly fish?
Does he hold you with his claws? Does he hug you with his paws?
Oh, no.
Why does he give you these clothes to you? A bear doesn't wear a shirt or shoe.
Oh, no, they're teasing her.
Stop it! It's not true. I have to tell the truth to you. My life is great. I love it since he's not a bear, but a handsome prince.
Oh, no. And she realized it herself. Nina broke her promise. She told her sisters everything about the way he really was. He was a prince who had been enchanted by a wicked witch who wanted to marry him. He didn't want to marry a witch. And then Karina, the wise older sister, had a great idea.
You must trick the prince. It's easy. At night, when he's asleep, gag his mouth and he won't be able to say the words. And that turn him into a bear. And your husband will be forever prince. And he can buy us nice clothes for us too.
Okay. She waved goodbye and went back home. Everything happened as planned. Imagine how surprised that prince was finding he could not say the magic words at sunrise to turn back into a bear. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But it was not the good news that Nina and her sisters had hoped for.
It is true, but you broke your promise. I'm not a bear, but a man. But you broke the magic plan. If you keep your promise, in a year and a day, that will be broken, and we will live. We can live in my palace, live man and wife. But you broke your promise. Now the witch will have the rest of my life.
Oh no, wizard. Poor Nina. She had grown to love the bear prince, and she could not imagine living without him. Why had she listened to her jealous sisters? Was he really going to go away and be taken away by a witch? But why had she broken her promise? She knew better than that. What a bad thing to do. She begged the prince to tell her where she was going, and she let him know how sorry she was.
I broke my promise, but I beg you, please stay here beside me.
You broke your promise, now I have to go where you can find me.
A promise is a special thing. Saying yes means everything. So keep your promise when you give a word to one you love.
Oh my.
Can you rescue me from the witch? How hard will you search? You must find the castle of faith. It's somewhere here at earth.
She must find the castle of faith. The prince vanished, and Nina was left heartbroken and confused. The castle of faith? What did that mean? Where was it? How could she find it? What would happen when she got there? She has to search the earth? Who can help her? She went to get something and take a few things with her as she began her search around the world. And then the tree went back through the curtains. Wow. She walked and walked through a strange land she had never seen before. Suddenly, she was startled by a strange old man. What was it? A wizard!
I am a wizard. I am all I am kind. What is it you search for, so eager to find?
The castle of faith is my desperate quest. Until I find it, I will not rest.
The castle of faith, I can help you there. Go ask the next wizard. He lives over there, but here, take this gemstone. Remain in this jar. It will protect you from any evil harm.
Wow, a gemstone to protect from harm. That should be a good thing, right? Why would she? Well, she took it and she put it in her little bag, and she continued walking and walking and walking through this strange land. Just then she saw another wizard.
I am a wizard, older than the sky. I don't know where you sit, child, but you will find it by and by.
The castle of faith is my desperate quest. Until I find it, I will not rest.
The castle of faith, are you sure that's a name? Go ask the next wizard, but he will say the same. But here, take this gemstone. You may need a charm. It will protect you from any evil harm.
I have no choice, I'll do as I should, but how many wizards live in this woods?
Well, what do you think she saw next?
I am a wizard, older than trees. What do you mean, child? May I help you, please?
The castle of faith is my desperate quest. Until I find it, I will not rest.
There is no person who knows of this place, but the moon may have seen the castle of faith. Go to his home now and ask your question ever again. The heavens may help you more than we can, but here, take the gemstone. You may use charm. It will protect you from any evil harm.
Nina thanked the wizard. Now, all she had was 3 gemstones. So she walked and she walked until she saw the home of the moon. How could that be? Where does the moon live? She's supposed to walk all over the earth. Why, look right there, Nina. The house is coming. It's the home of the moon. I never knew what the moon's home looked like. She knocked on the door, and out came an old lady, the moon's housekeeper.
Where is she? Where is she?
Things move slowly in space. There she is. And she said,
Ay, Dios, ¿qué haces aquí? What are you doing here? Please listen to me. The moon is like grass to each night with no sleep. If you don't act quickly, he might want you to eat.
oh no, poor Nina, all she wanted to do was find her husband, and she really needed to know if the moon knew where the castle of faith was.
Por favor, mi buena mujer. Good woman, tell me, is the moon inside there?
Oh, girl.
Oh, girl, you're in danger. The moon eats niños, you see. Quick, hide in the kitchen and leave the questions to me.
Nina hid, and just then in came that grouchy moon from no sleep all night.
What that I smell? Something lovely to eat. Silver up now. I need a good treat.
That's dinner I'm cooking. You will have some soon. I have a question, Senor Mr. Man. You travel each night the skies and space. Do you ever notice the castle of faith?
The Castle of Faith? Never heard of that place. But the sun they have it is here, smiling face.
The sun may have seen it with his huge smiling face. The moon finally went to bed, and Nina crept out of hiding. And the housekeeper told her she should look for the sun. Oh, my goodness. She found the sun's house. She knocked on the door, and a housekeeper came out. Go to.
Adiós, niña, ¿qué haces aquí? What are you doing here? If the sun sees you here, girl, you will burn instantly.
Just then, whoops, the room filled with a bright light, and in walked the sun himself. Oh my. He was not angry when he saw the frightened girl, but he asked her to tell her whole story. Just like Nina, he did not know where the Castle of Faith was or what she would find, but he wanted to help her. Son?
The good news is I do know this place. The bad news is it is far, far away. But I have a friend who can get you there fast. Senor Viento can get you today. Let me call the wind.
Let me call the wind. Calling the wind. There he is. Wow. He had all the wisdom of the heavens, and he knew what Nina was looking for, even though she never told him.
Of course I know the Castle of Faith. Come with me. We fly to the sky. Of heaven we end your long search as see the priest is inside.
Come with me, we'll fly through the sky. And so they did. They flew through the heavens and back again and through the heavens again. Where is this? Is there really a castle of faith? And finally, what did they see?
Look, a fiesta. Mary Locke sings. Inside I see people. I see your bear prints.
Oh my goodness. The Castle of Faith was in the distance, coming into the foreground on the stage. Here it is. Look, Nina. Oh my. Just then, 2 angry guards marched up.
Why have you come here? See our grand hall. We're having a party, a great wedding ball. A wedding? Oh, a marriage? Is there also a prince? I need to get in there to tell him since. No, you can't do that. You can't come inside. The prince is dancing with his new bride.
With his new bride?
His bride? His bride? But the prince is already married to me.
Nina slipped past the guards and sneaked into the wedding hall. Oh my goodness. Have you guessed who this person is trying to be a bride? Yes. It was that wicked witch who had put the spell on him all those years ago because he wouldn't marry her then. When she saw Nina trying to get his attention, she screamed.
Catch her, take her away. She won't spoil my wedding day.
How did you find him?
How do you find him? You give pretty face. You broke your promise. Get out of this place.
Poor Nina, how could she compete with a wicked witch? Oh, then she remembered the magical gemstones. Yes, she took one out, thought about it for just a second, and suddenly she turned into a mouse. And she ran all over the place. Nobody could catch her. Oh, wait a minute. The witch had her own magic. She turned herself into, put that down, okay? A cat. Ah, bad news for the mouse. Off they ran, around and around and around. Yeah, just. Oh no. But don't worry, Nina had another gemstone. She turned herself into a tiny grain of rice. No cat could find a tiny grain of rice. But what about that witch bride cat? She had more magic, and she turned herself into a chicken. Uh-oh, bad news for the rice. Off they ran, around and around. But wait, didn't Nina have 3 gemstones? Okay, go ahead. Yes, she took the last gemstone, turned herself into a coyote, and she ate that chicken in one bite. And the witch was gone forever. Nina turned back into herself.
Oh, Nina, you found me and saved me. Besides, now the spell is broken. And again, my bride and wife.
I learned a lesson as I searched and wept. A promise is a promise and shall always be kept. I promise I promise to love you and be by your side. Whether bear or prince, I'll still be your bride. For looks do not matter, it matters of heart.
will live happily ever after and never be apart.
And that's the happy ending. Thank you so much for sitting so quietly. Thanks, everybody.
And boys and girls, let's give them another hand. What a great job. And Mrs. Sturgis, this is for you from all of us. Thank you for all you do.
And how about those actors? Oh my, I see more oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, look, Emilio, Timothy and Vidya. Look at Emily and Oliver, and look at that, Gilberto, Julian, Alexander, and Emily. Wow, congratulations. Okay, thank you, everybody.